This video we're going to take a look at the Police song Roxanne with the great Andy Summers on guitar. There's really just 3 sections to the song. We can have it knocked out, I think, fairly quickly. The introduction and verse, there's kind of a pre-chorus and then a chorus part. And those are really the elements of the song. There's no solo in the song. And we're going to look at some techniques that I use through the way, and I think you'll be able to put this song together very quickly. Let me play through the introduction, which is just 1 chord, and then on into the verse, and then we'll stop, break that down, and head into the chorus. Let's stop there for now. We'll look at the introduction there. The main chord, the song is in G minor, so I'm getting a G minor on 4 strings, barring across really the D through the E string on the 3rd fret, then dropping my ring finger out on the 5th fret of the D string. So it gives me that G minor. I'm really trying to avoid the A and the E string, and you could really use an upstroke or a downstroke. It's got a lot of attack to it, so sometimes an upstroke gives you a lot of attack on those high strings. I use a downstroke for whatever reason, and I do kind of mute the strings with my left hand. I kind of just let off the pressure, so that kind of keeps it sort of staccato or sort of clean instead of just running together. Let me try to show you that in slow motion. Upstrokes. Either way, I'm using the same left-hand technique, and you can definitely hear the difference in the way your guitar responds to the up or the downstroke. So that would be totally up to you as to which you prefer. So moving on from the G minor, just a simple D minor chord. Again, the top 4 strings. 1st finger, 1st fret of the E string. 2nd finger, 2nd fret of the G string. And then 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. Just 1 measure there. Then we come all the way up the neck to the 6th fret, barring across the A through the E string with my 1st finger on the 6th fret, dropping in my middle finger on the G string 7th fret, and my ring finger and pinky finger are both going to go on the 8th fret D string for the ring finger, and the pinky finger gets the B string. E flat major 7 chord. It's a really pretty chord. Here I'm getting 5 strings pretty much, A through E. From that, I'm going to a D minor 7, barring A through E again with my 1st finger on the 5th fret, dropping in my 2nd finger on the 6th fret of the B string, and my ring finger on the D string 7th fret. Pretty common grip there. From the D minor 7, just drop down 2 frets to the C minor 7 position. And then from there we drop down to a sort of an F suspended chord, barring all 6 strings with my 1st finger, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, pinky on the 3rd fret of the G string. Strum all 6 strings if you'd like. From there, slide it up 2 frets to the G position. Let's put all that together in slow motion in real time. Brings us to what I call the pre-chorus, which is Basically, which are three chords that we've already learned in the song. This little G suspended position on the 3rd fret. We go into a C minor 7, to the F suspended, up to the G. And if you want to resolve that, sometimes I like to resolve it. I do that by taking my pinky out altogether, throwing in my 2nd finger on the G string, just down 1 fret on the 4th fret. So it would sound like this. Gives you an idea of the two of them, and it's something that you could definitely play with. From there we kind of move into the chorus, which is the last section of the song. And just for me, I kind of keep my guitar maybe on a scale from 1 to 10 on about a 7 or an 8. I give myself a little gain left because the chorus is a little more driving. So I might actually turn up my guitar before I head into the chorus like this. At that point I may roll my gain back down to clean my guitar back up again for the verse. I did want to mention before we break down the chorus that I use that kind of muting technique with my left hand, as you can tell, virtually through the whole chorus and pre-chorus. So it's a technique you might want to work on. Okay, the chorus is basically a power chord C to a power chord B flat. You're emphasizing the A and the D string, but I'm barring all the way up on the 5th fret, you know, all across the D through the E string, and I'm getting the A string with my 1st finger. Definitely never wanting to get the high E string or the B string. Just those 3 power notes are kind of what I want. And I get the sort of the lick there by just taking my 1st finger out, leaving my pinky or ring finger planted, and hammering on. Same grip, power chord E flat to an F. That's the 6th fret with my 1st finger, 8th fret with my pinky, up 2 frets to the 8th and the 10th. And here I'm going to try to emulate the same idea by leaving my pinky planted on the 10th fret, and I'm sliding up from 6 to 8. If that's too much of a stretch for you, you could go from 7 to 8. So let's put that together. Or the last are these suspended chords, F and G, that we've already learned. So it's 3 phrases that kind of have a slide or hammer-on technique. Put it together in slow motion. Those are the elements of Roxanne, a great song with some nice chord grips in there that we can take and apply in our playing in lots of places. Thanks for watching.